going to also have a
That would be the greatest celebration.
extreme training class very soon in the next month or so. So stay tuned for that. Dan Zach will be teaching you how to play poker if you want to sign up.
Double straddle.
Triple straddle.
Just contact us on social media if you're interested in the extreme training course with Dan Zach.
That's a quadruple straddle.
And JJ
Looks
as
like
well.
there's a quadruple straddle.
Whoa, what do we got here? 100, 200,
Am I good? Okay.
4, 8, 16? Is that what's going on here? 16? Okay, 20, 32. So there's a 3,200 from Dennis, or from
Oscar.
Oscar's 3,200. So it's 100, 200, 400, 800, 1,600, 3,200.
So there's a $3,200 straddle on from Oscar. I just got back in the room here.
That is 3 straddles. We have a
Wow.
triple straddle. 1,
Okay.
2, 4, 8, 16, 32. We could see an enormous pot here. Art with Queen Jack. Dan opens it up with
So the pre-flop
Tens.
raise here is $7,000 out there, guys. Pocket tens, Art folds Queen Jack offsuit.
Oscar in the
Button straddle here.
3,200 on the button with 8-7.
I don't think he's gonna fold this hand.
You-
No. I mean, he's getting a pretty good price. He's in position. I mean, let's just. I don't like folding. I mean,
Something
let's
I don't
let's
think
do
he's gonna
something.
fold either.
yeah, you have to call.
And he
We
do-
got a heads-up pot here, 17.5 in the middle. A triple straddle pot, 3,200 from Oscar. This is super high-stakes poker. And we have a straight for Oscar.
Don't fold.
Get out of here.
Don't
The
fold.
nut straight from
Wow.
Oscar.
Wow.
And Dan Smith is in a world of trouble with the overpair. Pocket tens, 4, 5, 6 rainbow.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 rain here. This is a really good board for the in-position player. But Dan looks like he wants to bet here for value/denial. And that looks 10,000.
Will Oscar give Dan the bad news here and raise, or will he decide to slow play his hand and call?
I think a raise is a good move here. This favors Oscar's range. Obviously, he has it. Dan can have so many different overpairs here. Ooh, he just calls. Ooh, the turn's a queen.
I mean, that's a good card for both players, particularly because...
Yeah, you would think if you're a Dan, you're thinking Oscar has a hand like a 6-7, 5-7 type of hand too here.
Right.
Maybe Ace-7, right? Something like that. So pot's already $37,500, $109,000 behind here for Dan, so you've got some room to play.
Dan just deciding how he wants to play this, and he's going to check, which is pretty standard here. And now Oscar deciding what kind of sizing would he like to choose. He obviously wants to get stacks in by the river.
And you guys got to remember here, there was a $3,200 straddle on here from Oscar, so he only had to call 3,800 more pre-flop, so he can have
Everything.
yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah, so Dan started the hand with not that many big blinds.
120, yeah.
127,000 on a $3,200 big blind.
Small bet here.
That's like a 40 big blinds or so that he started the hand with. So this is very shallow. I thought Oscar would go bigger here. He only goes 14,000. I thought he would go
1/3
bigger.
pot.
Like a boss.
Exactly. Come on.
This might induce Dan too, possibly, if he thinks that Oscar does have a 5-7, 6-7 type hand.
Looks like he's going to call.
Ooh, just a call.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
The river's a 10. Max
Oh.
Payne for
Why?
Dan Smith.
Oh my gosh!
What a card. Dan Smith checks. Oscar has the nuts.
Wow.
Wow. Maybe check folds.
Welcome to Oscar's world, Dan Smith.
I mean, I don't see
So
how.
Oscar, wow, oh my gosh.
I mean, Dan has to go broke here. I mean, it's so hard for Dan not to go broke. Like, turn sizing was such that it seems as if Oscar doesn't want to get stacks in. So we're reducing the amount of 7-8 we even appropriate him.
Look at Oscar putting on this Hollywood performance right here.
Remember, there was a $3,200 triple straddle in this hand from Oscar, so Dan only started the hand with about 40 big blinds.
No, I mean, he's just supposed to go broke here. There's no way.
I mean, if he shoves, he's going to get snapped.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, Dan thought he had the best hand. He tabled it like he had the nuts.
Wow. All in a call. We have the largest pot in Live at the Bike history. $257,000 pot. Oscar flops the nuts. Dan Smith rivers a set. Ship the money to Oscar. Largest pot in Live at the Bike history. $257,000.
Wow. That's brutal, River. Oh, okay. And the bricks come out.
No big deal. Dan Smith just take 100K out, put it on the table.
We're only 2 hours into this, guys, by the way.
What a hand. A triple straddle. Oscar triple straddles the button to 3,200. Dan opens with pocket tens to 7,000. Oscar defends the 7-8 off, flops the nut. Dan rivers the cooler, and Oscar takes a massive pot, and he is now up.
Look at those chips.
What's he up, like $250,000 now?
He's got about 6.
Yeah, I think Garrett's going to add on more now too because Oscar now covers him. So guess what, guys?
If Garrett pulls out more money out of that backpack.
Guess what?
What?
Dan Smith just rebought, so we now have $2 million on the table. $2 million in play here. This is the $1 million cash game, but there's now $2 million in play here.
You know,
what a moment.